All right, everyone, welcome back to Breslov Efrat here at Shira David. Baruch Hashem, it's Erev Shabbos, Parshas Vayakel, right? Unbelievable, beautiful, right? Parshas Shkolim also. We're going to read Parshas Shkolim this week. Yeah. Erev Chodesh. They can take a second Torah out and read the four parshas. Right, we're going to start the first of the four. I do Shkolim, then we do Zohar, then we do Chodesh, and then we do Parah. Amen. Okay, so Baruch Hashem, we'll learn about those things. In Shkolim, we know about. We spoke a lot about that, right? We just had it in the parsha last week, right? We just talked about Shkolim, right? Now we'll read about it again. Baruch Hashem. Okay, so today we're going to continue our lessons in Likutey Halachos in Hilchos Birchos HaShachar, morning blessings, and we're in Halacha Hey 5. Today we're up to letter Samach Vav, Sif Samach Vav, which is 66. Okay, and again we learn for the well-being of our Chayalim and our Chitufim, these captives and the soldiers, that Hashem should protect them and hopefully bring them all back home to their families real soon, without losing any more of them, without any of them being injured. Wow, these guys are amazing. Okay, so we're learning about the idea of the pidyon. Right, the whole beautiful idea of the pidyon that's connected to the pidyon elyon, which is part of the metzach haratzon. Right, that whole beautiful idea. Right, and we said that all pidyon, all salvation comes from that place of the metzach haratzon, that high place. That high place is where everything, all salvation, all kind of Yeshuas in the world that people have come from that place. And we learned yesterday that sometimes we go to a tzaddik to get a pidyon elyon, right? And sometimes you don't see it right away. So we should never question whether the pidyon is working or not. Right? We should know that HaKadosh Baruch Hu takes the pidyon and he'll do what he sees fit with it in the order of urgency. Right? There may be some other things that are much more urgent than the thing that you need, or maybe even in your own life, the thing that you were asking for was something very minute compared to what you really needed, and you didn't even know. So HaKadosh Baruch Hu is always taking care of what we need first. We just have to go to ask for the pidyon, right? To go to the tzaddik, to go to the tzaddikim, to believe in the tzaddikim. But now we're going to learn today, as we learned before. Rav Nassan is, this is his appendix. He's going on. He keeps adding more things. He wants us to understand these lessons because these things are so important. We can really affect any kind of salvation within our life if we take it to heart. So here we go. And yesterday it was very beautiful. Yesterday I went up to Meron with Rabbi Kramer, with Tzvi. It was great. And we went through the road past Tzvas, whatever, worked out that way. And we mamash passed the Idra Rabbah, that cave. We passed the cave where all these lessons were taught by Rabbi Shimon.
Oh, the cave of Rabbi Shimon and his son were in? Yeah.
No, not that cave, a different cave. A cave where he taught. There's a section in the Zohar. That's called the Idra Rabbah, the big cave. There's a section called the Idra Rabbah. There's also a section called the Idra Zutya, the small one. But we passed that big one, and these lessons were taught in that cave. So it's kind of interesting. It was so. We weren't even supposed to be there. We were supposed to go there, whatever. But everything's been Hashemayim. It was beautiful. Baruch Hashem. Okay. Anyway, so the Rebbe says today, V'al kein yesh esrim v'arba tevois b'shtei pa'amim kriya shema. So you have esrim, right? Esrim v'arba tevois b'shtei pa'amim kriya shema. Okay, when you say kriya shema, right? Yeah. So you have six words, right? There are 12 words. There are 6 words, and 6 words makes 12, right? You say Shema twice, right? You say Shema is 6 words. Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad. Right? 6 words. Okay. So you give Al Kain. Yesh Esrim Ba'arba Tevois B'shtei Pamim Kriyashma. Right? But now, if you say and Baruch Shem, right? If you do Baruch Shem and what do you call it, Shema, so then you'll have the 49. Okay. Sho'ayim b'chol yoyim erev v'roker, and we say that every morning, in the morning and the night, right? We say the Shema, right? We recite the Shema in the morning. We recite the Shema at night. Lahamti kol esem v'arba batei dinim, because we want to sweeten the judgment of the 24 lower courthouses. Ayidei kotza the os dalid. Now you're going to say to me, but wait a second, how did you get 49? Right? 48, but you have the codes of the Ois Dalit that we learned, that little thing on the right side of the Dalit, on the right side where it makes that little hook, that makes it a Dalit, not a Reish. Right? A Reish is rounded, right? A Reish just goes round, right? But we have the Dalit sticks out a little bit. That little part that sticks out is considered another thing by itself. Right, we learned all about that, right? Because that dalit has everything in there. That dalit is included. That little kutza has included everything. It's like a little yud.
So that gets us to 50. That gets us to 50, right?
No.
Well, you got 48, and then you have 2 yuds in the each
No, there's
dalit.
one yud, one.
No, but each time we say it, so there's.
Right.
We say it twice.
Say it twice, yeah.
So there's 2 yuds.
Say it twice. So you had 2 spitzen there.
Two, right.
So that's 50.
It's 50.
Exactly. They didn't count.
No. What do you mean? What do you mean?
24 plus 24 is 48.
Yes,
Then you have the yud in the dalid.
but it's 40. 1 second. But we said, but it's really if you have 49. How many letters do you have altogether in Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad?
24.
25, and then Baruch Shem is 24, so it's 49. Right, it's 49, but now we're doing words. Now we're not doing the letters.
Yeah, letters work out perfectly.
Yeah.
The words,
Well, you
Why
said
don't the
there's-
words work out? Let's think about it.
you say it twice.
Right. So if you say it once, so how much is once? Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad. That's 6.
6.
Baruch Shem Kivod Malchusay Liolam Voed is 12.
12.
So that makes you 12. 12 and 12 is 24. So what's the problem?
You say it twice a day.
Yeah, so 24 and 24.
Is 48.
Okay, then you add the little kutza from the Dalit.
But you have the kutzah from the dalid every time you say it.
Okay, so
So that's 2 times, 2 kutzah dalid, 2 dalids.
yeah.
So that breaks it 50.
Okay, but we're not gonna count it like that now. We're gonna count it with 1.
Why would we count it with 1 if we say it twice?
You're gonna see.
Okay. But you understand why we're asking the question?
I understand what you're asking, but then you'll understand it in a moment. You'll understand it shortly.
Okay, cool.
Be'ezrat Hashem. Chol yom erev v'oikel lahamtik 24 batei dinim. We have the 24 courthouses. So if you do 6 and 6 is 12. 12 and 12 is 24, right? Right, 24. 24 and 24 is 48. 48. Right. But if you now, but we have 24 courthouses. So if you don't count the kutza now,
Right. Yeah,
right, you just
24.
do the words itself. You have 24. Works out just right. Okay. All right. Is that we accept that? Can you accept that?
Absolutely.
Okay, there we go. Vayidei kotza dois dalit, through the little thing there, right? So then of the word echad, right?
Yeah.
Ki kriya shema u bechinas devekus ubitel es el rotzain ein soif bebechinas shema Yisrael shemia beliba talia. The Shema Yisrael is dependent on the hearing of the heart, right? Isn't that an amazing thing, right? It's shmiya beliba talia. It's of the hearing of the heart. We know that the heart can discern, right? The heart feels, right? So the heart can hear Okay, so basically we're trying to get it into our heart, right? Because the heart is where the Yetzer Hara is, right? We know that the neshama is in the mayach, right? And we know that the Yetzer Hara is in the heart, right? On the left side, right? On the left side, right? So we're trying to get it into the heart so we get the feelings of the heart. Now let's see what he says. Ki b'chol yom yesh 24 shoyes. In each day you have 24 hours. Oh, isn't that interesting? 24 courthouses, 24 prokim in Masechta Shabbos, right? Well, there's 24. Now we're going to give you another one. It has 24 hours in a day. All right? Shtayim esrim shoyes, right? Shtayim esrim shoyes, hayom, shtayim esrei shoyes halayla. You have 12 daylight hours, 12 hours of the day, and 12 hours of the night. Okay? But tzadikim v'yireya mechavnim shneim also tzirufei avaya b'shteim esrei shoyes hayom. Tzadikim that understand the tzirufim, the different what do you call it when you mix the letters up, when you switch the letters around? What do you call that in English? How do you say that? The tzirufim.
Dyslexia.
Permutations. Oh, perfect. That's the word I was looking at. Right. There are different permutations. There are 12 different permutations of the Shem Havaya. Right, of Shem Havaya. Because again, why and how does it work out like that? Because the Yud K Vav K, you have two Hays. Right? So if you have Yud Hey Vav K, right? So if you only do one, right, you only use one of the two, so then it works out that you have 12. 12 denominations. What?
Really, even like it's three.
Yeah, three.
So you have three
letters. 3 letters.
12 denominations you get.
Yes.
Okay.
That's what what?
Yeah, right. No, it works out mathematically because you have 4 positions.
Yeah.
Have to be letters, so you can populate the 4 positions 12 different.
And make 12 different permutations.
What do you mean by 4 positions? You have 4 positions because you have
You have 4 letters.
yeah, but you take out one of the letters, so you still have 3. Oh, you have 4 positions. The one would be blank. Meaning
No,
hey.
for-
Is hey one of the permutations?
Yeah.
Like Yud hey vav. That's one of the permutations.
I believe so, yeah. We're not going over the permutation. We're talking about the concept here. We're learning there's such an idea that the tzaddikim understand how the different hours, what the different, how the hours all change in a day. All hours are not the same because each hour is connected to a different permutation. Mm-hmm. So there are some hours that are more auspicious for certain things than other hours.
Do we have a list somewhere?
Not for this lesson. Yeah. Today we're learning this. There are concepts. We're learning these ideas, right? That there are 12 different permutations, and of the Shem Havaya, right? We say it, and you have 12 of the day and 12 of the night. Okay. Shteim also shoys halayla. V'hal yedei zeh mamtikin esrim v'arba tzirufei adnos, and there are 24 different tzirufim of the Shem Adnos. Right, of the Shem Adnos, you have 24 different permutations, which is connected to the Zer Anpin, right, which is connected to the lower one. So then you have the 24 on the upper and the 24 on the lower. Okay, which is and the Adnos is connected to the courts and all of that. Shem bechinas esem v'arba batei dinim. Lahamdik hadinim hanechazim misham, in order to sweeten the judgment it mitigates the judgment that's being sent out from those courthouses. That's how you do the mitigation via the permutations of the Shem Yud K Vav K, but doing it Yud K Vav. If you just have Yud Hey Vav without the other Hey, then it works out you have 12, and you do that twice, and you have 24. And then by having the 24, you're going to go against the 24 courthouses, which is the same of the permutation of the Shem Adnos, which is okay. Do we get to understand that? Yeah. Okay, very good. Vikam Taka Nimshach Mishabes. She'oz Ikaharas Eis Ratzon. And the main Hamtaka, the time, right? The time, when does this Hamtaka take place? The greatest horror of this, the greatest revelation of this is on Shabbos. Because Shabbos is the time of Ratzon. See that we're going to Shabbos, Baruch Hashem. Shabbos we're going into, right? Okay. Ki shleisha yomim heim basa shabsa ushleisha yomim kaime shabsa. Right? There are 3 days that are connected to the Shabbos that just passed. Right? Like for example, we're going to have this Shabbos. So this coming Sunday, Monday and Tuesday will be connected to Shabbos Vayakel. You understand? It's connected to that Shabbos. And then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday will be connected to the next 3, which will be a Emetz Hashem Parshas Bekudei. Right? You understand how it works? Right? There are 3 and 3. So 3 days go on the Shabbos before, 3 days go on the Shabbos coming up. Okay? Okay. B'shleishi yomim sha'acha Shabbos meir hershimu shel Shabbos ha'ovar. Right? The light is permeating, the light keeps permeating from the Shabbos that just passed into those 3 days. Okay? Ushleishi yomim shekoidim Shabbos nimshach ha'ara me Shabbos haba kamuva, as we understand, and you can understand this in the Pri-Eitz Chaim Shar Shabbos. Okay? If you want to understand a little bit more about that. You what? And that's why halacha, right? The halacha works out that you can make havdalah till Tuesday. If somehow it worked out that you couldn't make havdalah for whatever reason, right? And the person, or he forgot, whatever happened, right? He couldn't make havdalah for some reason, so you can always make havdalah till Tuesday, but you can't make havdalah after Tuesday because that's the next week.
Well, does that also mean you can do it Monday night or Sunday night or Monday night too? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. But we're trying not to do that. We want to do it in the proper time. But in case it works out that you can't do that one time.
Yeah.
Okay. Ki kol chiyus sheishis yemei hamaisa hu mei Shabbos, because the whole chiyus, the whole vitality of the entire 6 days comes, it's connected from Shabbos. Shabbos we know is Makar HaBracha. We said in Al-Chadaydi, right? Shabbos he Makar HaBracha, right? Shabbos is the source, the root of all blessing. All the blessing that we have during the week is permeating, coming through the Shabbos. We got that? You understand that, right? All the blessing is coming from the Shabbos. And that's why every day we try to bring the Shabbos into the day. Right? We say, Hayam Yom, Rishon b'Shabbos, Hayom Yom, Sheni b'Shabbos, Hayom Shlishi, and so on. We try to bring the week. Okay, Joaz Meir Eis Ratzon, because Shabbos is when the Eis Ratzon is shining the brightest in the time. In the time, Shabbos is the time that the Eis Ratzon is shining. Shem Mamtik Umechaye. At that time, it's also being mamtik. It's sweetening the judgments of the 24 courthouses. Right, because we know that when Shabbos comes, there's no judgment on Shabbos. Right, we said in the Kegavna. If you ever look at the words of Kegavna, beautiful words. Right, when Shabbos comes, Shabbos is the secret. When Shabbos comes, there's no dina. It all goes away. It's all mitigated because Shabbos came around. Okay, and it gives the life, the rachamim, big rachamim to the weak and so on. That's what Shabbos does for us. Ki b'shleisha yomim. Because in 3 days, you have 3 times 24 hours. Right? That makes sense? Right? Right? Shleisha pamim esrim va'arba gematria shivim ushtayim. Right? So they have 72. Right? So 3 days gives you 72. Isn't that nice? It's amazing, right? 3 days. What's the significance of 3 days? It brings you to 72. Right, and what is 72? Is the gematria of Chesed. Wow, how do you like that? Oh, you like that, Shalom? Shalom's thinking. Does it work?
Yeah.
It works? Yeah. Wow, see that? He concurs.
But why is he saying that right now in terms of Chesed, 72 hours? Because
I'm going to explain. Well, let's talk about it. Okay. We just said that Shabbos is where all din is mitigated on Shabbos, right? And that's the Makar HaChochma. That's the Makar of Chesed, and everything, Rachamim, comes from the Shabbos, right? So now we understand why there are 3 days. Why are there 3 days connected to the Shabbos before and 3 days connected to the Shabbos ahead? Right? Why? Because I want to constantly connect to Chesed. right? I want the chesed. So if I have 3 days, why is 3 days from the Shabbos before and 3 days from the Shabbos? Because I have chesed in this segment and chesed in the next segment. Okay? Umuva mizeh harbe b'kisvei Arizal. The Ari speaks a lot about this. Rav Nosson is just giving us a little preview. If you want to see more about it, you can. But the Arizal speaks a lot about this. Rav Nosson is just giving us a little tamsas, a little taste of what this is about. Binyan shleisha pa'amim esrim arba, the idea of the three times 24, which gives me the 72. You could see this in the Eitz Chaim if you want to take a look at that, and it's in Shar Chaf Aleph. Okay, if you want to see that. Okay, behind you, shebishleisha yomim sha'achas Shabbos mamtikin. Hashleish pamim be'esrim arba sheheim bechinas esrim ba'arba batei dinim ayadei rishimu shel eis rotzon mi Shabbos, right? Because we said Shabbos is the eis rotzon, is the time of rotzon, and there's always a rishimu. There's something left. And it's still shining the light of chesed into those days. The best way for you to understand the Rishimu is there's always something left, this little residue. Maybe it's like a residue. I think that's the best way you can, is that the best way you can translate a Rishimu?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. He left a Rishima on me, hopefully, if you go to the tzaddik.
An impression, right? A residue, an impression. What?
That's the word they use here.
Impression. Okay, good. Okay, it's the same idea, right? In other words, like if you have a cup and you filled it up with oil, right? And you dumped out all of the oil from the cup, there's still going to be oil on the walls of the cup. That would be called a rishimu, right? There's something left. So the Shabbos fills those days. You don't have the light of Shabbos itself, but you have still something from the impression of the Shabbos, of the residue of Shabbos is still there. Okay, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
That serves to be the next Shabbos.
Well, no, you're always in a segment of chesed. You want to be in the segment of chesed. So you have the three of the Shabbos before, and then you start drawing from the Shabbos ahead.
So right now we're in tonight's Shabbos.
Yes, we're getting from the chesed. We're getting the chesed of Shabbos by
Yaakov. It's
Yaakov.
still gonna carry over till Sunday, Monday, Tuesday.
Yes,
The chesed of
the past Shabbos, right?
and then we're gonna roll it again to the next.
The next Shabbos by Pekudah.
Then you start drawing from the Shabbos that's
Exactly,
So all
exactly.
times
So you've got
we're
leftover.
drawing,
All times we're drawing from Shabbos.
and it's chesed.
And we're trying to connect to the chesed. That's what we're trying to do, because we connect to the Ratzah.
That's what
So
we
far,
do.
What?
so far we have no idea what this has to do with Shema.
Oh, it does, because
No,
it's
I know it doesn't. I know it will. But
Oh, okay, just wait 1 second, okay. No, Rav Nosson takes us on a trip. He's always taking us on
I
these
know.
wonderful trips, right? We went on a field trip now today, right? Okay. B'chein b'shleisha yamim shekoidim Shabbos me'oras eis rotzon sheShabbos haba, right? Like you just said, the Shabbos that's coming up, and that's how it works. Okay. B'chol zeh hu b'chinas sfiras omer. All of this is connected also to Sfiras Omer, because Sfiras Omer you have 48, right? The 49 days in Sfiras Omer, right? Watch how this works. Bechinas Timimos Tiyena ki bahem amtikim hadinim aideshem amshichan al atzman ha'ara meshuas haba aleinu l'tayva, right? Shabo meir ha'eis ratzon shvuas is the time that the eis ratzon is also shining very, very brightly. Right, Shavuos is shining. The light is very, very bright. So when we come to Pesach, we start counting the Sfira, and we keep running and we keep going to the Sfira. We keep getting to. We want to get to that 50th day because that's the time of Ace. That's the time of Ratzon. Right. The 50th gate is the time of Ratzon. All right, so that's what we're trying to get to, and that's how the Sfira works. Okay, but Alkein Tzrichin Temimais. Lahamtik, you need to have shleimus, right? Tamimus means shleimus. You have to have completeness. Full. You have to be full, right? In other words, that's why the Sfira works. We make sure we count when it's night, right? We want the days to be complete, shleimus, right? And then when it comes to Shavuos night, we won't daven Ma'ariv early. We daven Ma'ariv way into the Zman because we want to make sure that we had the complete 49 days to get to the 50th day. That makes sense, Yossi? Why we wait? It has to be Tamimim, Shleimus. Okay? Lahamtik, kol ha'esim va'arba shois shall kol yoim ve'yoim ayedei asfiru. Because I have to fix I have to be mamtik the din of the 24 hours of each day. So in other words, I want to mamtik all the 24 hours, so I have to make sure each day is a complete day. I want it to be complete, because if I don't have it complete, I wasn't able to be mamtik all of the dinim of the 24 hours. So therefore, I want to make sure it goes into the 20. Okay, do we understand that concept? An amazing concept, right? Is it or not? All right, so let's review this. Okay? So we have the Shema. Okay, so the Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad Baruch Hashem Kavod Malchus Le'olam V'ad. Right? We have 12 words. 12 words. Okay, we say the Shema in the morning 12 times. We say it in the morning and we say it at night. That gives me 24. Right? 24. 12 and 12. If I say it 12 and 12, I have 24. There are 24 courthouses. Each time I say the Shema, I'm working on mitigating the judgments in the courthouses. The Shema itself and the Kutza of the Dalet is the one that takes me to the 50th gate, right? Which takes me to the Ratzon, right? Okay, that's how it's connected to Shema. Okay, so then we have 24. So 24 times, and then we also have 24 hours in a day. Right, so we said that the Yud Kei Vav Kei, right, can be understood as Yud Hey Vav, or you could do it right, which is 3, which will give you then 12 permutations, correct? And you have that of the 12 hours of the day, and then you have the 12 different permutations of the 12 hours of the night. Okay, that's what we're talking about, Mamtik the Din of the 24. Got it? Okay. Okay, and then we understand the concept now of why Shabbos is the Makara Bracha. Shabbos is the Shleimus. Shabbos is where you get all the Rachamim and the Chesed from Hashem comes from Shabbos. Okay, because there's no din on Shabbos. Okay, so the Shabbos will shine its light to the 3 days after Shabbos, that Shabbos that just passed, 3 days after, and then the Shabbos, next 3 days will go from the next Shabbos, the Shabbos that's coming. What's the significance of the 3 and the 3? 3 times 24 gives me 72. 72 is the gematria of Chesed, right? I'm just reviewing what we just did, right? That's the gematria of Chesed, right? So I want to have a segment of Chesed from the Shabbos of that just passed, and I need a segment of Chesed in the Shabbos that's coming up. Got it? We understand that? Now we said Sfira is the same idea. Sfira is the same idea because Sfira is again I have my 49. I have my 49. Why do I need the 49? And how do I get 49? Because Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad and Baruch Hashem Kavod Malchus Le'olam V'ad is 49 letters. Yeah. Right? And we did words. Now we talked about the words. Now because Reb Nosson went back to the letters. Okay, the letters is 49 connected to the Sfira. Right? Connected to the Sfira. And the same concept, how Shabbos is the Makar HaBracha and it brings the Eis Ratzah, it brings that Ratzah Chesed, so too when it comes to Sfira, and I'm trying to connect to that Ratzah, I'm trying to connect to that Shah Nun, right? The 50th gate, I'm trying to connect to that, and that's what's giving me my Kayach in order to get me to Sfira. How do I do that? Every day I need to count complete days. Right, you don't want to count the Sfira in the morning. You don't want to count the Sfira before it's night. Right, you always try to count the Sfira after Shkia. Right, you want it to be after Tzeisach Chavim. You want to count the Sfira. Why? Because if I count the Sfira before Tzeisach Chavim, I didn't have a complete 24 hours. Right, so I want to make sure I have a complete 24 hours, which means I have the 12 permutations of the day, 12 permutations of the night, which gives me the 24, which gives me the mitigation of the 24 courthouses. And that's why I want to have complete 24-hour segments, right? You understand? Right? And I want to do that. And that's why the halach is so strict when it comes to Sfira. Now we understand, right? Everyone's wondering, hey, in shul, they come to shul, shul is night, it's late, you know, the clock was changed, it's late. Hey, come on, like, why are we down Marvia? What are we doing? No, you gotta wait. You gotta wait, it has to be complete. Now you understand why, right? You want to be complete. You want to make sure that you're able to mitigate all the judgment of the 24 courthouses from the 24 hours of each day, right? So when you get to the 49th day, you want to make sure that on that 49th day, you want to make sure that you completed all the mitigation, right? Right. Sphere is actually divided up into two parts. It's Leiv Tov. Did you know that? Leiv Tov gives me 49.
Leiv Tov is?
Leiv Tov gives me 49. Yeah. The first 32 days, that's one segment of the Sphira, then Tov is the second one. Well, whatever, we'll talk about that. There's a lot of stuff to talk about. But okay, so far so good. We understand this lesson. This is very complicated. Okay, this is deep stuff. We're trying our best over here.
Yeah.
Right? But do we understand it on some level?
At least on a superficial. Yeah, on a superficial.
No, but you have to think about it. You have to really spend time to think it through. Maybe read it over a few times and think it through. You can understand the concept. It's not hard. They're not very difficult concepts. The concepts are very deep, but the concept will work if you review it a few times. You can get it part of you, which is a good thing.
That's why you can still do Havdalah on Tuesday night.
That's why you can.
All right, so just starting almost from the beginning, you have 24 Tevot 2 times.
Yes.
Right.
24 Tevot is Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad, which is 6. Baruch Shem Kavod Mechus Levad is 6 again. That's 12. 2 times 24.
Okay, and that's connected also, we have 24 courthouses.
There you go. Bingo.
Okay, fine. And then we also have 24 hours in a day.
24 hours a day, which is connected to the Yud Kei Vav, right? Yud Kei Vav,
Right.
12 permutations of the day, 12 permutations of the night.
Right, okay,
Gives me 24.
right. Now, and everything here is all about trying to sweeten, like, judgment.
Mitigate judgment. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to mitigate judgment. That's what we're trying to do.
The source of all that seems to come from Shabbos.
Why Shabbos? Because Shabbos is the time that there's no judgment.
No judgment day. So it turns out that we're getting...
Isn't that nice? The courts are closed on Shabbos.
We're
See that?
getting
The
24
courts are closed on Shabbos. They're closed. Judges go home. They're out.
And so we carry over that from the source of Shabbos, where there's no judgment, to 3 days...
Which is chesed. Which is all chesed.
Which is all chesed. We carry it over to 3 days prior and 3 days post. Okay, so for 72 hours...
Prior and post. Exactly.
before and
Perfect.
after Shabbos, you're attempting to connect, and mom...
Because there's 3 segments of 24. It gives me 72. 72 is the gematria chesed.
That's true. Okay. This also is connected to Sfiras HaOmer.
How is it connected to Sfiras HaOmer? Because Shema also, if you take the count the letters of Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad, Baruch Shem Kavod Mechus Levad, you have 49.
49. Just like we have 49 days in Sfiras
Bingo.
HaOmer, where we're trying to be Tamima. Well,
We're trying to have complete. No, we need completeness. We need shleimus. Tamimus means shleimus.
Yeah.
It means completeness. I need completeness. Why? Because I have to constantly mitigate the judgment of that segment. Right? I need my 12 permutations of day, 12 permutations of night. Right? If I have the 12 of the day, the 12 of the night, and they're complete, so then I could have successfully mitigated all 24 hours against all the 24 courthouses. Got it? Okay. Does it make sense now?
perfect.
Okay. Wow. You see that? Wow. Baruch Hashem. Baruch Hashem. Okay. Let's see. Should we go on? The next what?
It's early.
The next one's a long lesson. Okay. Yeah, but then we stop in the middle, and then everyone never knows where we are. And
We'll think about it.
okay, let's go. Okay. So let's go here. Let's go on. Okay, ki bevadai kishes. Let's go samach zayin. Okay, so now that we understand the beauty of Shabbos, we understand how Sfira works. Shabbos and Sfira work together, and Shavuos work together. Right, Shabbos and Shavuos work together because Shabbos is constantly, the time is the Eis Ratzon. Shavuos is the time of Eis Ratzon. Right, when we get to that, because then we're constantly working on getting to that place of Ratzon in order to mitigate our judgment. Where does the judgment come from? The judgment comes from when Chas v'Shalom, Jews do sins. When we do sins, we create the Malachei Chavala, we create these angels that are trying to get us because, it's our fault, right? It's our fault. So we're trying to constantly try to mitigate these judgments and try to mitigate these different Malachei Chavala that we create via our sins, Chas v'Shalom, right? And you should know that you can always do that by just when you take time to talk to Hashem. Right, take time to talk to Hashem. We call that his bodedus, right? His bodedut, right? You speak to Hashem, talk to Hashem in your own words, and you can make an accounting. You can make an accounting, and you can judge yourself for the things that you know that you may have done wrong, right? The things that you know yourself, right? Speaking to you, just you and Hashem in a private place. No one's listening to this. This is between you and Hashem. It's a closed door case, okay? You and the judge, right? You and the judge. You are now prosecuting yourself, right? You're prosecuting yourself, right? Yeah. Right? Because if I prosecute myself, there's judgment down here, there's no judgment upstairs, right? And that's an amazing, amazing thing. But the problem is we have our ego. So people don't always like to admit that they made their mistake. But if someone is smart, even though they have their ego, and they understand that I did whatever I did, and if I don't work it out here, I'm going to have to pay for it up on high, and it's going to be a lot more difficult. Right? But then again, it's based on emunah. And like we learned before, it's based on we understand that yira is the kli. Right? Remember we said that? Reish is Chachma, Yiras Hashem. Reish is Chachma, Yiras Hashem. Yiras Hashem is the Kli. Right? So if I understand that if I have fear of Hashem, that's how I'm just trying to tie the lessons together, okay? You need the fear, right? You need the fear. The fear is the Kli. Because you can have all the blessing coming into your life, but if you don't have a vessel for it to accept it, it's gonna just spill over. You're not gonna have it. You're not gonna benefit by it. So again, we have to work on Yira. How do you work on Yira? When you recognizing Hashem in your life, when you recognize all the chesed that you have in your life, and then you recognize how wonderful HaKadosh Baruch Hu is, and how Hashem is everywhere and taking care of everything. And there's nowhere I can go that I won't be with Hashem. There's nowhere I can go that I can escape from being with Hashem. Hashem is in me, right? Hashem is in every one of us. Right, we have our neshama, right? Is that right? We all have a neshama. And neshama is a chelik elikam imal, right? It's a piece of God. So where are you going to run? You can't go anywhere without your neshama, because again, guess what? Your guf won't go there. The guf without a neshama is useless, right? Right. So when we think about that, right? If we think that through and we understand that, right, and we work and we make that part of our conscience. Right, and we make that part of our consciousness, and we're constantly recognizing wherever I go, I have Hashem with me. Right, that's the yira. I can develop a yira, but I can develop the yira on a higher level of not being scared. Oh yeah, I'm going to get punished. Hashem's going to patch me if I do this wrong. No, I recognize how wonderful Hashem and what blessing Hashem gives to me. So why would I want to do something to damage my relationship with Hashem? You follow? Yeah. That's the higher level. That's the yira we're trying to achieve. Not to be scared. I'm scared. We don't want pachad, right? We don't want pachad. We want to have simcha in our life. How do you have simcha in your life? Knowing that I'm not doing something wrong because I have such a beautiful connection with Hashem. Okay? All right, we got that? Okay. So far, so good? Okay, very good. So let's go to Samal Zayin. Ki bevadei kishezoichen al yedei apidyon lalois mishmad l'rotzon. So then, via the pidyon, Elyon, that we said that when you can go to the tzaddik, the pidyon hakoilel, right? That pidyon that's all inclusive, right? Like the tikkun hakloli, right? The tikkun hakloli is kloli; it's all inclusive, correct? Is that what it means, Yossi? Is that what kloli means?
Yeah, that's right.
It means all inclusive, right? Kloli is all inclusive. Ki bevadei kishezoichen al pidyon hakoilel, right? La'alois mishmad l'rotzon. That I can take myself out of Shmad and I can get back to Ratzon. How do I do that? I need Moshe Rabbeinu, right? We said Moshe Rabbeinu stands between Shmad and Ratzon, right? Shmad is 344, Moshe is 345, Ratzon is 346. Remember that? Right? I'm sorry, we keep going over. I want to make sure we understand this, right? I got to go from Shmad. Shmad is any time I do something contrary to what Hashem wants me. I go do something against what Hashem wants me to do. That's Shmad. Right, so when I can come back, if I do tshuva, which is a mitzvah in the Torah, doing tshuva, right, I can go from shmad to rotzon. Right, you understand? Okay. Lahamshich ha'oretz ha'rotzon ba'olam, to bring this ha'ora of rotzon in the world. Shayidei ze ikra tshuva b'chinas asiyas geirim. And the highest level is when of shmad is when a non-Jew that's involved in whatever they're involved in, and they're so distant from Hashem in their beliefs, and they can come back and they can come to join the Jewish people. Again, we're not looking for Gerim, right? But we said that many times when we go for a pidyon, right? HaKadosh Baruch Hu is looking to help Klal Yisrael in the world in the best way we need it. So sometimes we need a ger to come into Klal Yisrael because that ger will help out Klal Yisrael tremendously. Like we gave the example of Rabbi Akiva, right? Rabbi Akiva helped Klal Yisrael tremendously. And his father was not a Jew. He converted. Is that amazing? Yeah. Okay. Bevadai oz memela nistakin hakol gam begashmias. Then I could fix up every time. Of course, I fix things up in Ruchnius, right? If I do that, if I can bring a non-Jew back to bring him into Klal Yisrael to make more Kvod Shemayim, right? The whole idea of the world is to bring more Kvod Shemayim, right? That's what we do right? We want to bring more covet, more glory to Hashem's name, right? HaKadosh Baruch Hu made the world in that way. The same way we can understand it, that we understand a king and a king in the world, right? When the king has his kingdom, so the king wants everyone to respect him, right? To follow his laws, correct? Why does Hashem make this concept of a king in the world? So we can understand what is the Melech Malchei Hamlachim, right? HaKadosh Baruch Hu is the King of Kings. Right, he's the King of Kings. The same way we're using that example. Hashem is the Chief Justice of the justices of the 24 courthouses. Right. So HaKadosh Baruch Hu is the King of all kings. HaKadosh Baruch Hu is the Justice of all the justices. Kamay Shekosov. Okay. Al v'shaklu l'sal ta'oi v'anchei b'kavnas d'rekia. Okay. Let's go on. Okay. Shemitaknim beruchnius. So you can fix things beruchnius. Bekama mekomos. In many places, Kamei B'Torah Pasach Rabbi Shimon Shal Yedei Shema'orim B'nei Adam Me'ashena. Anytime, this is connected to lesson 60 in Likutey Maran, Pasach Rabbi Shimon. It's a beautiful, beautiful lesson. All the lessons are, but this one's amazing. Shal Yedei Shema'orim B'nei Adam Me'ashena. Anytime you can awaken somebody from their spiritual sleep. Right, their spiritual sleep. Like Rabbi Nachman has his stories, right? Rabbi Nachman said that the world tells stories to put people to sleep, right? That's what they do, a bedtime story, right? Rabbi Nachman says, I tell stories to wake people up. Right? So there's any time we can wake up somebody in a spiritual way, nimshach yira, shayidei zeh, nimshach ashiras muflog, then the person can become very, very wealthy. Ashiras muflug. but not necessarily always the ashir is the way we understand it. We could be wealthy in many, many different ways, right? A person can be wealthy in charisma, a person can be wealthy in chachma, right? A person can be wealthy in many different ways. It's not just material wealth that we understand wealth, right? Right? Is that true, right? We understand it, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. Exactly. Okay, very good. Okay, okay, shall yedei ad va'amdu zorim ve'ro'u tzaynechem rak shetzrichin lahamtin. You all right, Yossi?
Yeah, it's great.
Okay, the same idea that we learned over there, and then he brings from Yeshaya many times. We saw this pasuk. Va'amdu zorim ve'ro'u tzaynechem. There'll be strangers that come in, and they will take care of your sheep for you. And they will plant for you, and they'll do everything for us. We know when Mashiach is going to come, right? So all the world will understand that we are the princes of the world, and they are subservient to us. You understand that?
So we're not talking about Arab labor.
Huh?
Talk about Chinese.
We're talking about, yeah. That's so interesting. No, because like think about it, like we have the Arabs next door here that are building everything for us and doing things. Now we're bringing in the Chinese, right, and Sri Lankans, and
The Arabs
I don't know. I
too.
mean, it's an interesting little beginning to this piece where
Yeah.
these foreigners are coming and
Different nations.
Yeah.
doing our work for us, being shepherds.
One second. What was the whole idea with this state in the beginning? We need the Arabs here because who's going to do the work, right? Is that why they want to bring the Arabs back, right? Who's going to do the work? We're bankers. We're doctors. We're lawyers. Who's going to do the physical work? Oh, Arabs, come on. They made a mistake, right? They could have brought the Chinese then. Indians, there's a lot of guys out there that want to work. Mexicans, right? There are a lot of guys. Good people. Right, good people.
The Jews shouldn't be doing the work. And then
Okay.
when the Gula comes, they'll see that, oh, well, Hashem, now we don't have to do the work anymore.
Okay, all right, okay. Raksat tzrichim lahamtin. Look at that. You have to wait. The same way we said when you go for the pigeon, right? You go to the pigeon, you have to wait. Be careful. Just be patient. It's going to happen. We see it now. We see that these other laborers are coming to the country. It's nice to see, right? We see different things happening. It's amazing how these things are going. Hakol bidei shemayim chutz meyira shemayim. Look at these words. Oh. This is a whole lesson by itself, right? Hakol bidei shemayim chutz meyira shemayim. You know what that means? Everything is from heaven except for yira shemayim. Except for yira shemayim. That's not from heaven.
That's from us.
We have to do that. We need to work on the Yira Shemayim. What does it mean? Hakol bidei Shemayim chutz miYira Shemayim. There's so many teachings on this. One of the ones that I like so much is Hakol bidei Shemayim. Anything you ask Hashem for, right? That's bidei Shemayim, right? Anything you ask Hashem, I need this, I want that, I think I need this, Hashem, give me this, give me that, give me this, give me, right? All of those things. So they decide in Shemayim, is this thing that you're asking for really good for you? Right? The same way our children, right? Our kids come to us sometimes, ask for things, but we say, I can't give you that, that's not good for you, right? Right? You're a dentist, right? Kids say, give me more candy, right? So what do you say? I'll give you, okay, one, maybe they go brush your teeth, but I can't give you too many of them, right? Is that true? Mm-hmm. Right, so notice there's such an idea of, and that's how, again, that's all, these things are all a mushal for the nimshal, right? We ask HaKadosh Baruch Hu for things, and HaKadosh Baruch Hu is saying, is this ultimately going to bring me to my final tikkun? Is it going to bring me away? Right, and that's sometimes people, a nice way to daven to Hashem is, Hashem, look, I would really like to get this new car. Whatever, we'll just use that example. I need a new car. I really would like to have a new car, Hashem. But Hashem, look, if this car is really good for me and it will benefit me in an eternal, in a wonderful way, then I want it. But if it's not good for me, don't give it to me. It's hard to do that. Right? It's hard to do that because you think you want something. So what am I going to say to Hashem? But really, HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants what's right for us. He really wants what's good for us. HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants us, and He wants to see us be successful. Right? HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants to see us he wants us to be successful. So notice when we ask for things, sometimes we don't get them. Don't get worried about that. But then it says, Chutz me'yira shemayim. If you ask Hashem and you beg Hashem for yira shemayim, if you beg Him, that'll certainly give you. That'll certainly give you, because that's good.
The other stuff.
All the hakol bidei shemayim. That's all.
all bidei shemayim.
Chutz me'yira shemayim. In other words, if you ask for that, that you can get. That you can get, because that's certainly good. That can't lead you to anything bad. Right? If you have the Yira Shemayim, it'll tone down the things that you're asking for, that things on Bidei Shemayim. Right? You understand? You like that, Yossi? You like that shot?
I just thought you
I
said
got
a
a
minute
smile.
ago.
That's good. It was worth doing. I got a smile.
I just thought you said a minute ago we had to get it ourselves.
You what?
I thought you just said we had to get that ourselves.
Yeah, but you always ask Hashem for
ask
assistance.
for it.
Ask for assistance too. Yeah, you have to work on it. Yeah, Yiras Hashem, like it says, Reishis Chachma, Yiras Hashem. We say that in the morning, right? Right after Modani. Right? Where we say Reishis Chachma. The beginning of Chachma is what? Yiras Hashem. Chachma is connected to Anava, right? Humility. Chachma is connected to humility. Right? It's really one of the same, right? Reish is Chachma is Yiras Hashem. If I have the Chachma, what's the Chachma? To know my place in the world. To know my place. And Hashem's covered in the world, not mine. The Rebbe has a big teaching on Ana Emlech. Right? Ana Emlech, that means I think I rule. I want to rule things. Right? People want to rule things. People want to be in control. People want to. I mean, look at Mr. Biden. Look at Mr. Putin. Right? Look at these guys. Trump. Right? These guys on Emlech. I want to rule. But the Reishis Chachma is Yiras Hashem. Right? Chachma, real Chachma is Yiras Hashem. If I have Yiras Hashem, so then that brings me to the proper Hanava. Then I don't ask for things that I'm not supposed to ask, because I understand that everything was given to me. So again,
Also, the more years Hashem you have, the less you need of anything else.
Exactly.
You still need all that other stuff you think you need or want.
That's right. But look what he says now. V'afal pichein, even though that's the case, Hashem Yisbarach oize b'chol yoim. HaKadosh Baruch Hu helps us every day to what? To help us overpower the Yetzer Hara. Hashem gives us the light every day if we connect to the Ratzon of Hashem. Right? We're trying to get from that Shmad to Ratzon. We're going over there. HaKadosh Baruch Hu will give us the help every day, the light every day to see how the Yetzer Hara is so conniving. Right, and to see it, to just see through the Yetzer Hara and not to fall into the traps of the Yetzer Hara. Right, ki yamolei HaKadosh Baruch Hu Izrei, if not for HaKadosh Baruch Hu protecting and helping us, right? If HaKadosh Baruch Hu didn't help us, we can never do it. The Yetzer Hara is very powerful. He's very, very powerful. And the guy will say, "Well, I don't know. I don't think he's so powerful." Then if you think that, that means you're really he really got you. He really has, that person, right? We know that the greater the person gets, the bigger Yetzer Hara he has, right? Because HaKadosh Baruch Hu keeps everything always balanced in the world, right? Zelu mazeh oseh lekim, right? Hashem keeps everything in the world balanced. He wants everything equal. So if you have a bigger neshama, you're going to have a bigger Yetzer Hara. Now, but we said, Ilmolei HaKadosh Baruch Hu Izrei, if HaKadosh Baruch Hu didn't help you with that big Yetzer Hara, you'd fall. Right? So it's all recognizing Hashem and always asking Hashem to help me. Right? That's what it's all about. And that's why it's so important to have your Hizbod to speak to Hashem. Right? Speak to Hashem. The Rebbe says you're supposed to take an hour a day. An hour a day to speak to Hashem. People say, what do you mean? Take an hour a day to speak to Hashem? Well, what about my learning? What about my davening? What about all of that? How can I waste an hour talking to Hashem? Hey, buddy, what are you learning Torah? To get closer to Hashem, right? If you're speaking to Hashem, that means you're devoted to Hashem, right? There are many guys that sit in yeshiva, they're learning, right? But they have no idea that they're learning to get closer to Hashem. It's just information, right? Just information. It's just information, right? I'm very close with Reb Nosson Sherman from Art Scroll. He's the editor of Art Scroll, right? So he told me that he's one of their biggest clients that buy books from them is the Vatican. The Vatican. Vatican buy anything Art Scroll prints. They order hundreds and hundreds of copies of everything they print.
Really?
Everything they print.
What are they doing with it?
They're studying.
That's not it.
They're studying.
Oh, that's why they're evangelists, I guess. Then.
They're studying. Yeah, they're studying. Yeah, but again, we study to get closer to Hashem. They're studying just for the information. They don't know about closeness to Hashem. You understand? We have to understand that, right? When we daven, davening is my connection to Hashem. That's what I'm doing, right? Sometimes we get carried away. I'm just saying the word to who are you saying the words to? Right? Do you ever think about that? Right? Do we understand? Right? When we're davening, I'm talking to Hashem. I love the sign that they have over here in the shul. You could talk in shul, but only talk to God, right? Remember he has a sign like that, right?
Upstairs.
No talk, no, downstairs, by the main shul, right? When you walk in, right? They have a sign like that. In this place, we encourage you to talk, but only talk to Hashem, don't talk to your neighbor. It's beautiful, right? Recognize you're talking to Hashem, right? That's what it's all about.
I think if I started a Hippolyte session there was yelling and screaming, they might not like that either.
If what?
If I went in there, if I was talking to Hashem,
Yeah.
Hippolyte, and I'm doing it in the shul, and I'm
No, it's bodedut you're supposed to do in your own private place. That's not as bodedut is when you talk to Hashem privately. No one's supposed to hear that conversation. That's between you and Hashem. Private. Closed door. Private conversation with Hashem. That's not as bodedut. That's tefillah. Right? Tefillah you could daven. They want you to sing and they want you to, no problem, right? Right? No one will tell you. You know, some shuls you go to. I was davening in a shul. It was amazing, and I like to say the words. So I was sitting. This guy was sitting next to me. Shh, shh, shh. I couldn't control myself. I said, "I'm not in a library."
You said that to him?
Yeah, this is not a library. Unbelievable. The experience I had in life, it's unbelievable, mamish. It ever happened to you, Yossi? You're sitting there, shh. Did anyone ever do that to you?
In
Anywhere.
sure.
From
Oh, you did get
from
that?
davening, from your
Yeah.
Oh.
No, it ever happened to you? No?
I've had looks. I've had people look at me sometimes,
Yeah.
but I've never had anybody tell
Yeah.
me to be
Well,
quiet.
certainly now with the clapping, some people like to clap a little bit. That's jarring for some people.
That's what?
That's jarring.
For some
Hamela, I'm excited still about that. I'm so happy we brought that back from Uman. That's a
Yeah.
nice thing. Yeah.
No, that, again, it's what's the whole idea of clapping?
You're breaking up
Because
the-
you're mitigating judgment by clapping and dancing, right? Lesson 10 in Likutey Marat,
And you're
right?
getting rid of the demons.
Right. That's lesson 10. That's amazing. Rabbi Kramer's teaching that
Do
lesson
that
now.
anytime.
You could do that anytime. Rikudim, right? Rikud, dancing and clapping your feet and your hands, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So
They can't get you when you're like happy.
if you're happy, you're saved, right?
Wow.
Right. You mitigate judgment when you clap. Yeah. Well, we'll speak it. Well, whatever. We'll get to that. Kamei Shamar Beisei Nizal. Well, listen. Come to the class on Tuesday morning in Beitar. Rabbi Kramer. It's amazing. He's amazing. And he'll be angry that I said that, but he's amazing. I don't care.
When he's still delivering it.
Oh,
he
he's-
knows what he's talking about.
He knows what he's talking about. Does he know what he's talking about? He knows what he's talking about better than anyone else. With him saying that I lost my memory, I did this. He'll tell you all this. It's great. It's great.
Okay, easy.
Share,
No, boss, I'm fine.
I know, just give it a
share broke.
I see, I read my Rebbe is in the chair, probably. That was amazing.
What were you saying when that broke?
I said how great my Rebbe is. See how angry he's going to be? You see how angry he's going to be at me?
Oh, these guys, you miss so much excitement.
Unbelievable. Okay, so here, let's just finish. Sheikar ha'ezer mamala hu hischaskus haratzon. Look at this. Ak sheik abad the ikar, the help that we get from on high is the hischaskus haratza. And when we have a hischaskus haratza, right? When we strengthen, that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is helping us to strengthen our will. Because again, it's all about the will. You understand? It's all about our will. What we accomplish, what we do, and what's going to be is all based on what we want, our desire. We need to desire Hashem. If we have the ratzon, right? If we work on wanting, I want to get close to Hashem. I want to feel the beauty of Shabbos, Hashem. I want to feel it. You have to work on it. You have to work on that, right? Right? It says that anyone that prepares for Shabbos, he'll eat on Shabbos, correct? Yes.
Yep.
So we have to work, and we, what?
Where does our will come from?
It comes from up on high.
Up on high.
Ratzon, that's where it comes from. That's why Hashem is helping us with the Ratzon. Unbelievable.
That's why they call it desire. We have to desire it.
Exactly. I think we're going to stop over here now, okay? And then could everyone mark the place where we're up to? We're up to Kisha'ada Mekabel La'aras HaRatzon. Can you please mark the place? You're marking it? Can you please mark your place,
Your
sir?
desire for God's desire?
Yeah, you know, Kisha'ada, when a man is Mekabel La'aras HaRatzon. When a man accepts the Ha'aras HaRatzon. You don't see it? It's right in the
Surrender your
beginning of the
desire
lesson.
to
It's the
God's
fourth
desire.
line. It's right in the beginning of the lesson.
Beginning.
Right in the beginning of the lesson. All right, very good, everyone. Have a wonderful Shabbos and
don't
feel
think they know where
the
it
feel
is
the
yet.
Aras Haratzon.